What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. This time we're going to be covering Manchester City's latest news. So we're going to be covering everything that's been happening in the last week with Manchester City, following on from that Fulham victory that we had last week. So we knew that VAR was being trialled. I thought it was going to be implemented. It wasn't. It was in all 5 3 PM kickoffs. However, the only decision that should have been overruled, what they came to the conclusion with, but they weren't going to implement it, was that Leroy Sané's goal should have stood. Only a trial, no implement. Pointless, in my opinion. Yeah. Next up, Kevin De Bruyne. There's had some injury news update on Kevin De Bruyne, and apparently he wants to be available for the Manchester derby just before the November international break, according to the Daily Star. And Kevin De Bruyne has confirmed that he is now running again and is on target to be back for early to middle of November. So that is positive news with regards to Prince Harry. So hopefully he'll be back sooner rather than later, because we all miss having such a world-class central midfielder in our side. Next up, Manchester City are set to open up renewal talks for a contract with Raheem Sterling in the next 2 weeks. Sky Sports have been reporting after talks of a breakdown has been played down and reported as false. Manchester City want a new deal. Raheem Sterling wants a new deal. There's a dispute over how much he should be on. Next up, Mikel Arteta has been taken over from Pep Guardiola for the Champions League match against Lyon. He took charge of the press conference and the game with Lyon because Pep was also suspended because of that incident with Liverpool where he shouted at the referee. He was given a 1-match suspension and another match suspension. Pretty crazy. But yeah, nice experience with Mikel Arteta. It was nice seeing him warm up with the players as well. A very involved manager there. You know, following on from that with the result, Manchester City ended up putting themselves under a lot of pressure in this year's Champions League at home against Lyon, because they ended up losing the match 2-1 with a really poor performance, particularly in the first half. I've already done an analysis on that, discussing all that, so there isn't really much to say about that, other than Man City now needing some strong away performances in the next couple of games in the Champions League. Next up, following on from all of that news, we're going to be following with Sergio Aguero. He's put pen to paper on a new 12-month deal with Manchester City, taking it from 2020 to 2021. So we've got just under 3 more years of Sergio Aguero for him to go and break all the records and go and become the best foreign striker ever to be in the Premier League. Absolutely fantastic from Sergio Aguero. I'm looking forward to that one, as I'm sure everyone else is. Next up, I promised on my video yesterday we'd have some Benjamin Mendy updates, but speaking of Benjamin Mendy, he has injured his metatarsal. It apparently is a bruise on his foot. I have no idea how long that rules him out for. We was told it'd be around a week or two, so I was expecting him to be back for the Brighton game. Whether he will or not is another matter. But also speaking of Benjamin Mendy, he's also been banned from driving and been fined £2,500 after he was caught speeding 4 times in 4 weeks. 6 points per incident meant he racked up an incredible 24 points. When you're only allowed 12 for a ban over here in England. Benjamin Mendy got some letters. He didn't respond, confirming whether it was him driving the car or not. He never turned up to court. Yeah, a pretty dickhead thing to do from Benjamin Mendy there. Hopefully he'll be able to learn his lesson and move on from there. Next up, some very, very interesting news. And first talks are in for Etihad to be taken over by Emirates. I apologise, by the way, if my voice is all croaky, I don't feel too well, but we've got to crack on with the videos anyway. But Emirates, they're in talks to buy out Etihad Airways, who apparently now are non-profitable, so they're not making money. What Man City are going to call a stadium from then on out is beyond me. I don't think Etihad, though, will all become Emirates, if you get where I'm coming from. Etihad will still exist. It'll just be part of the Emirates group, if you get where I'm coming from. I imagine Man City would probably look for another sponsor if that ends up happening. But yeah, that's a pretty strange one. That's only the first initial talks. That didn't actually happen, but that's something that's worth keeping an eye on in the business world. Next up, Manchester City played yesterday against Cardiff City away from home, and they responded fantastically from that disappointment with Lyon by beating Cardiff away 5-0. Already got the analysis video. If you want to go and check it up, I'll leave a link to that at the end of this video. Sergio Aguero in this game made his 300th Manchester City appearance and ended up scoring a goal, just as you do. Fantastic from Sergio Aguero. And speaking of goals, Riyad Mahrez ended up scoring a brace and scoring his first ever Manchester City goal. So big congratulations to Sergio Aguero and to Riyad Mahrez. And speaking of that game, Gundogan was also ended up, in my opinion, having man of the match, and ended up scoring that worldie versus Cardiff too, if you want to go and check that out. Absolutely brilliant, and it's nice to see Gundogan putting in some solid performances for Manchester City, improving everyone, well, not everyone, but a lot of fans who criticise him wrong by showing that he can be an extremely good central midfielder for Manchester City. And last but not least, in the news from this morning, there is going to be no VAR in the Manchester City-Oxford, well, should I say Oxford-Manchester City game on Tuesday in the Carabao Cup third round. There are going to be 6 games with it. Manchester City is not one of them, though. So, yeah, that's not a surprise, is it, really? Roger Rees is going to be taking charge of the Manchester City game for that one at Oxford, so make sure you stay tuned for Tuesday. We're going to have a preview for that video up tomorrow if you want to go and check that out. I'm expecting a full squad rotation, but a new ground for a lot of people to visit there, going up against the League One side, so I'm looking forward to that. That'll be covered in the news next week, along with the match against Brighton. So stay tuned for that one and all the latest developments from here on out to the next week. Make sure you stay tuned, make sure you subscribe, put your push notifications on, leave a big thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below, because I'm always interested in your thoughts. And also don't forget to check out my social media link, Twitter, and my Instagram. That is in the description below, along with my email if you want to hit me up with any business enquiries or any sponsorships. Also, don't forget to share the video and help my channel grow. That would be ace. I'm aiming for 2,000 subscribers before the year's out. It'd be ace if I could hit that soon. We're closing in on 1,400, so hopefully we can hit that today. That'd be amazing. Yeah, that's pretty much it, I'd say. So I'll see you all again tomorrow for the next Man City video, the preview with Oxford. Don't forget to check out my analysis of the Cardiff game from yesterday. And I'll see you all again soon. So it's been JSGC. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace. Ciao for now.